Sometimes, because many of you know that I ad-lib this. I never have a script and you never know what to expect. So I don't even know what to expect. But here we go. Uh, let's see here. There we go. Yes. What are we talking about here? What are people so excited about? They're excited about POTS. And what is POTS? You know, some people, oh, it's another DeFi app. Oh, it's another DeFi system. Oh, it's another cryptocurrency deal. But no, it's not. And I'm going to share that with each and every one of you tonight very quickly. See, POTS is an intelligent financial ecosystem. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of Olympus DAO. Olympus DAO is a DeFi protocol that was created almost 5 years ago. It's gone through version one, it's gone through version two, version three. And I tell you, it's not a network marketing deal or anything like that or affiliate marketing. 5 years ago, most people never heard of what DeFi or decentralized finance is all about. So these were the front runners. There were wealthy people. There were crypto influencers. There were people ahead of the curve. There were investors. There were just those type of people, the nerds who can read code, and they got involved and they were just simply earning yield over and over and over again before many people even heard of decentralized finance and how they can earn yield in a stable, sustainable platform. And that's what we have today. So let's go fast forward. There were some guys in their infinite wisdom decide, hey, this is a battle tested. It is proven, battle tested, sustainable, no rug pulls or anything. Why don't we take that technology, the Olympus DAO technology, and embed it in an affiliate, add an affiliate program to it. So you had WebKey Dial, which came out about 2.5 years ago. They're probably close to 3 years, still here. Then there was LGNS Origin, came out about 2.5 to 3 years ago, still here, right? This is what we're looking for. We're looking for longevity and sustainability, right? We're not looking for rug pulls and short term and 30-day deals and 6 month deals. We're looking for something we can, just kind of plant our flag in it and say, wow, we feel safe when we sleep at night and we're earning yield at the same time. Then there were Akash Dial. They had a little centralization in theirs, but they're still here. They launched in June. Then there's ARC, and many people know that's one of the projects in my portfolio. And there's ARC. They launched in August of last year, still working just fine and dandy. And so what ARC did, ARC improved upon the version 3 of Olympus DAO. It is one of the best implementation of Olympus DAO. So Pop said, hey, we're going to take what ARC did and we're just going to take that code because all of the code is visible. All of it's transparent on the blockchain. You can read it if you're a techie, right? You can view it. You can find everything. You can find the liquidity on chain. You can see that it's locked. All of these things that you can see. You can see that no one came in with a bag of tokens as we drive up the price and then they dump it on our heads. None of that exists here. Everything is transparent. Okay, I know there's a lot of projects out there that claim they're using the Olympus DAO protocol, and I take a look at it. They lie. See, the thing is, people lie. A blockchain tells the truth. The blockchain is immutable. What that means is unchangeable. It's like God. God, you cannot change. He does not act one way one day and the other way the other day. He's consistently immutable, untouchable. And so when we talk about the blockchain, same thing. Well, not as powerful, far from God, but you get my gist, right? And so when we say immutable and unchangeable, it's unchained and you can see everything that's going on. So that is what we have here. And this is the first thing I look for, not how much money we can make. Is it a sustainable place where we can just throw our hat in the ring and say, this is where I want to be. And this is what we have with Pops. So Pops has two different engines. Engine one, we call it Pops Money. That's the Olympus DAO part. That's the sustainability. That's the stabilizer, right? That's where we're going to be earning passive income. This is where we're going to be sharing with our friends and earning additional funds every single day. That is Pops Money. The other engine is POTS Market, and it's based on a predictive marketplace engine. And POTS is going to get fees, right? They're going to earn a lot of fees, and they're going to drive a percentage of that back into POTS money, into their treasury. You see, that's one of the things that many of the Olympus Dow type projects out there do not have, that second engine that we have in POTS. This is new. This is novel. And what it does is stabilizes our system even better than what we have in Olympus Dow. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to give you a very quick idea of what a prediction marketplace really looks like. Let me go there first and find it. Here we are. Prediction marketplace. Here we go. Okay, so let me share my screen. All righty. Share my screen. Here we go. Okay. So what is a prediction marketplace? You know, there's always trends in the market. There's always trends in the industry. What is the largest, the biggest trend that everybody is talking about these days? AI, automation. And number 5 on that list is prediction marketplace. As a matter of fact, it's so popular. You've got Binance, which is a multi-billion-dollar exchange. It's the #1 cryptocurrency exchange on this planet. They rolled out a new version of their wallet, and guess what they did? They implemented what? A prediction marketplace right inside of their wallet app. And when you listen to what a lot of the corporations are talking about, they're all talking about prediction market. And so it's good to be on the cutting edge. So many of you missed 2009 when Bitcoin came out. Some of you said it was a scam. Me, I said it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? So it took me until 2016 to buy my first Bitcoin at $500, So I vowed that I always research something before I say it's a scam, right? And so with that said, if you look at polymarket.com was created by a young man during the pandemic. And I guess he had nothing else better to do because everybody's at home. And he created this polymarket.com. Right now, we've got Donald Trump Jr. is one of the advisors. It is now a $20 billion corporation, Polymarket, just in a short period of time. $20 billion, a lot of investors, a lot of VCs, they see the value of this. And I'm going to show you one of the questions. We've got topics all the way from trending and new and politics and sports and crypto, all the way to tech and culture and economy, even the weather. But there's this one question, and this is one of many, one of thousands of questions. Who is going to be the Democratic presidential nominee in 2028? And I'm going to scroll down here a bit. Gavin Newsom got 24% of the vote. That's opinions. So what Polymarket does is monetize you and I, our opinion about things. And boy, oh boy, we have opinions, right? Yes, we do. We sit around the kitchen table. The guys sit at the club watching football. They've got an opinion about something. Everybody's got an opinion about something, particularly politics and sports. And so Gavin Newsom, he is the governor of California in the United States. 24% of the folks says, yeah, it's going to be him. Then you got Kamala Harris. I'm not sure if she's coming in, but I don't know because she's been doing a lot of appearances lately. So maybe she's going to throw her hat into the bucket. We got AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Everyone knows her. She's kind of controversial. And you can put anybody here that you want. People got some crazy people here. Pritzker, Michelle Obama. Now, I know good and well Michelle is not running for president, but this is your opinion. Jon Stewart, very funny, humorous, yet political comedian. And you got Cory Booker. No. Okay, that's my opinion. Let me stop. Oh, let me pick on Cory Booker and bet and just say no, no. And so we have all of these people, and you can add folks here. How does this prediction marketplace work? Now, let's say Gavin Newsom. If I say yepers in 2028, he's going to win it all. Okay? So I'm going to buy a share, the 21.1 cents. But let's say if I put in $1, I'll get $4.02. That's a 4x profit. If I say $1,000 and he wins in 2028, that's a long time, then I would get $4,000. If I say heck to the no, it's not going to be him, and I put in 1,000, you're not going to get as much. It'd be $1,303. Let's take a look at Kamala and see what people are talking about there. Okay, hers cost her shares only 9 cents. But if she wins, because she got a low percentage of opinions about her, they said 9% says she's gonna do it, and I put in $1,000, I'm gonna like what, almost 10x. 9,684. And then what you do, you click on trade. And when you trade, right, it's kind of like being on a stock exchange or a cryptocurrency exchange. People are doing arbitrage. They're doing so much over here. And I tell you, if you look at it up here, let me show you. You see that volume? $1.14 billion have actually been traded on this one question in Polymarket. Can you imagine? 1.1. And we're not even close to 2028. I'm going to I should ask them to put up a new question, predict how much in volume will be on this particular question by the time the Democratic presidential nominee ends in 2028. Boy, that would be lucrative. And see, this is how Polymarket works. So what POTS is going to do, POTS is an official bona fide developer in Polymarket. And so what they're going to do, they're going to use the engine that Polymarket has created. Why reinvent the wheel? And then what they're going to do, they're going to customize it for us. One of the things about Polymarket is what? They are US centric. Most of the questions here are based on the United States, right? You don't see anything about the Nigerian elections or anything about Burkina Faso or anything, not much about UK. I think that in Europe you'll see some football, some sports things, but for the most part, it is US centric. So what we're going to do, I'm going to stop my share. What we're going to do is with POS, they're going to have their own customized one, and they're going to go to Africa, the continent of Africa. They're going to go to Asia. They're going to go to the UK and to Europe and to South America. Right? And we're going to expand our marketplace called Pots Market. And I tell you, but our goal here, let me share my screen. The goal is when I talk about the POS ecosystem, everyone thinks that the goal is to bring everyone into POTS money so they can make a whole lot of money, right? Passively or actively by bringing people in. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's actually the front door. Their goal is POTS Market, the second engine, right? And they want to be the largest prediction marketplace on the planet by opening it up globally. But how do you get the eyeballs on it without having to do massive advertising? How do you get the people to know you exist? We're utilizing POTS money for it. Everyone comes in, drive into POTS money. We're making money. We're happy. We're buying bonds. We're staking. We're bringing our buddies in because we like the stability. We like this thing. And, folks getting paid and we know it's stable. That's our stabilizer. Those eyeballs that we're bringing in here, they're going to be exposed to what? POTS Market, Prediction Marketplace, which is going to actually launch on the 28th of May. I am so excited about that. So now you understand the business model. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, there is something more. I'm going to show you how they feed into each other. But first of all, what I want to do is, no, I'm not going to discuss this one. A little too technical. Well, you know what? Let me go back. I'm just not going to speak technically. So we've got POTS money on the left. You're going to come in with your USDT, BEP20, talk to the person who brought you onto this call. They'll tell you how to get some USDT in your wallet. And then when you come in with your USDT, you're going to buy a bond. And when you purchase a bond, you're going to get IBS tokens. That is our native token. That's our mamacita. It's not a crappy token. I was going to say a word that many people wouldn't appreciate, but it is a technical term. But still, we are not going to have a crappy token. You could take the earnings of IBS tokens. You could swap those babies for USDT. You can go on into your crypto card or to an exchange, get that baby in your bank account, however you want to do it. Yes, it's legitimate indeed. But what we find in a lot of systems that are out there, the price goes up, 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 up for Olympus Dow. And then it falls, 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 which I don't care because I'm a long-term baby. I don't look at the price. So one of the things that all of the Olympus Dow projects have is the same chart, the same thing. And so this is what's going to happen. And this is what we have differently, POTS Market, that second engine. And so all of the fees that we are paying here on the POTS money side, when we withdraw our withdrawal fees, it gets driven over here in the POTS market. Why and for what? What's going to happen is, as it's driven into POTS market, all of those fees will be used to buy Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin is going to be paired with our second token called POTS. Okay? And so every time Bitcoin goes up, POTS gonna go up. When Bitcoin goes down, POTS gonna go down. And everybody who knows anything about Bitcoin, we know Bitcoin will lose 90% of its value, 85% of its value. And then after it does that, it go to another all-time high. I believe $125,000, $126,000 is the all-time high for Bitcoin. Okay? And it is predicted, and I predict, I should put this on Poly Market. No, I'll put it on Pots Market when it comes out. I predict that next year, 2027 is when it's going to meet another all-time high. Can you imagine when our little baby over here, our token, our POTS token, follows Bitcoin? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. And so over here, we're earning, we're building, we're sharing with the community, right? Passively and actively, we're earning. Over here, all of our withdrawal fees from POTS money get to build this, what we call a CBT or co-building treasury. Okay, so we got a treasury over here. But I did say that they fed into one another. So how does POTS market feed back into POTS money? The prediction marketplace, there's going to be fees that are going to be generated on POTS market. So the system will be earning revenue. And they're going to take a percentage of that revenue, drive it right back into the treasury of POTS money. This is that special sauce, that special oomph that we have, unlike any other Olympus DAO project, right? The Olympus DAO project, they're still here, yes. But we've got that extra oomph. We've got POTS money feeding into POTS market, buying Bitcoin. We've got the prediction marketplace of POTS market feeding back into the treasury. We've got all of the withdrawal fees going back. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of profits. Okay? And so this is why I'm excited about POTS. And another reason why I'm excited about it, it's imperative that you look at the code. And that is my specialty. Because we hear the marketing blurb, we are like, we're using Olympus DAO. And I go, look, no, you're not. See, people lie. The blockchain doesn't. No, you're not. And so many of you know that I'm a software engineer, babe. I got my master's, but I'm also good in blockchain technology. I can read contracts. So I've spent over 1,000 hours studying the Olympus DAO protocol, all of the code that's on chain, and seeing whether it's tight, whether it's right, whether it's sneaky, and all of these other things. I say, guys and gals, we've got something in front of us that has the longevity. It has all of these things that we're looking for: sustainability, the ability to earn yield, the ability to share with people that we know and love, and also to be able to make additional money, because we are all going to be receiving POTS token. So I'm going to show you how that baby works. So how to get started? Well, first of all, you'll talk to the person who got you onto this call, this webinar. It's wonderful. Once you're all signed up and hooked up, you're going to buy a bond. The staking is going to open up on the 23rd of this month, right around the corner. But bonds act like the stakes, so it doesn't matter. Get in today. All you need is $100 or more in order to be eligible to participate, okay? And those of you who come in with $100 and says, I'm not going to introduce it to anyone, and you expect to get rich overnight, I'm going to be real with you. Not happening ever, not on this planet Earth. Okay, I'm going to be real, and I have to be real because I will not lie. I'm not the blockchain, but I'm not going to lie about that. Let's be real. And so if you come in with a 90-day bond, you're going to be earning between, people continue to ask, how much am I going to be earning on average? You know, we can't predict the future. You're going to be earning 0.23% to 0.8% every single day. Anything between this range every single day. At the top of the mark, oh, in addition with the bonds, you're going to be getting up to 2% extra, because these are bonds. They are issuing debt. 180 days, up to 0.9%. You're going to be getting up to 5% in extra tokens, IBS tokens. 360 days, my favorite. 540 is one of my favorites, and 720 days, my favorite. Right now we got 90, 180, and 360. But when they open up the staking, the bond system is going to close down. It's going to open up on occasion based upon the ecosystem and the economics surrounding it. It does it uncode, not a human being. Okay? And so 360 days, you're going to earn up to 1% a day. And so the best case scenario here, if we're earning 1% every single day, you're going to get a 37x on your money. 37x on your money if you keep it there and don't do any withdrawal for 360 days. 37 times. Okay? And these are the extra tokens that you may earn. That's it. You want to claim your interest or your yield every day? You can. You want to claim it every week? It's all up to you. Every 3 days, every month, every 6 months, it's all up to you. This is decentralized finance, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like my bank who keeps holding my money when I'm trying to send it to somebody, thinking it's theirs, and it's not. But our banking system is something else. That's centralization. I love decentralization. Now let's talk about the other way you can earn passively that's going to be launching on the 23rd of this month. You got to, again, have $100 or more coming on board. Okay? You can put $1,000,000 in if you like. You can put $50,000, $5,000, $300, but you got to have $100 minimum. Okay? Now, the only difference between this and the bonds is this stays open all the time. The bond market will close because it issues debt, and you don't want to have $38 trillion in debt like this particular country we're all familiar with, right? And it's based on human beings pushing that button and printing dollar bills, whereas here it's all driven by code, verified, validated, stable, consistent code software that's verifiable and transparent on chain. Another thing that's different is we've got the flexible term. What is that? You're going to earn between 0.2% and 0.6%. You're probably saying, well, why so low compared to the other ones? Because you're not committed. Because with the flexible term, you can drop $10,000 in the flexible term, go on a vacation for 5 days, and come back and say, I want all of the tokens that I just purchased. I want that back. And I want all of the, for the last 5 days, all of the yield that I've earned. I want that too. And you can walk away because you have no staking duration, no lock-in on your principal. And you can stay there for 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, 80 days, whatever you choose to, and walk away and get your principal, the amount of tokens that you've purchased, as well as all of your yield. But because you're not that committed, 0.6% is the top of the line you can earn. 90 days, all the way down to 720 days, the same as the bonds. 360 days, you're going to earn up to 1%. You're definitely not going to get that if you're on the flexible term. So the longer you hold, the more of a potential for gaining a lot of money increases. We call that the art of compounding. There are some people like me have multiple contracts, right? But there's one major one I have for $10,000. I'm not touching it for a year. And some people say, well, why aren't you? Aren't you afraid to leave your money in here for 360 days? And I ask the question, am I afraid to buy Apple stock and hold it for 10 years? Right? This is not like a daily ROI that goes and disappears in 26 days. It's not like one that is gone in 6 months. You wake up and they're gone. Again, this is Olympus dial protocol we're utilizing. And to this day, none of them have rug pull. They all have long life. So I feel good about it. Again, I'm in ARC as well. I got some 360s, I got some 540s, and I got some 720s. And I sleep well at night. And I make thousands of dollars a day. And so I'm happy with that. And I believe that since we are at the beginning of POTS, we are at the top of the mark. Imagine this. Abu, for example, he's 001 in POTS, but he's also close to the top of the mark in Origin LGNS. He's at 750,000 the last time I looked, people underneath him in his team. Yes, he's making $50,000 every single day. He's set, right? But he got in 2.5 years ago. And so this is where we are here with POTS, and we got a little extra something with POTS Market. I tell you, being first here, everyone is going to be on our team. Everyone is going to be on our team. They have no choice. We've got the Chinese, the Asian side, and we've got our side. On our side, we've got Abu at the top, right? We've got Glenn and Martin. They came in, and then I came in. And so everyone else on this planet is going to be underneath one of us, period. It's got those who have the biggest mouth, the loudest mouth, who promote the most, who's more excited, going to be the winners. And I'm here to share it with everyone, share with everyone, educate everyone. This is why I do these every single day. It's for you, not for me, because I understand it, but I want you to understand what we have here. And the same thing with the single token staking. What happens is you can withdraw your principal, not your principal, you can withdraw your interest anytime you want. You can withdraw pieces of your principal if you like. But you know, if you withdraw pieces of your principal, you're decreasing your principal, which means your yield is going to be less. Let's play smart here, right? Now, that's it in a nutshell for those passive people. I do have passive people who've got a lot of money. And so what they do is, what I teach them to do, is to don't put in like $50,000 in one wallet and buy a bond or a stake. I show them how to take that $50,000 and open up multiple wallets and structure a team underneath themselves, them, and them. And then they can rank up and earn more money. Because I like people on my team to make money, make money. So I showed them how to do that structure. And then they're happy with me. Thus, I'm happy. Okay. So now let's talk about those of you who believe that sharing is caring. Those of you who are going to go out there and you're going to share this with as many people as possible. You don't have to be a big networker. Share it with one person. Try to talk to 10 people a day. Not slamming them in their inboxes. Talk to folks, man, you got to see this. And they'll say, what is it? Say, I don't know what is really, really all the details, but come to this webinar and start inviting people to the webinar. This is where your success is going to be. I'm here to help you close them. Don't try to explain it because you won't know all these things from the beginning. Once you start explaining it, they're going to be like me. When people start explaining stuff to me, my eyes roll in the back of my head. Oh, sure, I'm busy. Right? I don't believe it. I'm busy. But when you send them to a webinar where someone is there presenting who's knowledgeable of all the nooks and crannies, your success factor increases considerably. So let's talk about ranking. In order to rank as a VIP one, let me open this baby up and I'm over here on the right side. In order to rank as the VIP one, all you need is $1,000 in volume. That's all you need, $1,000 in volume, your weakest leg. You want to be a VIP too? And when I say volume, that's your whole team, not just you personally. It is them and who the people they bring in, $10,000, all the way down to VIP $950 million. What do you get as a VIP one? You're going to earn 5% on everyone in your team every single day. So they're earning their passive rewards. Earning their passive rewards. You, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%, right? VIP 2, 10%, 10%, 10%. So the higher you rank, the higher your reward percentage on your whole team. And that's the gist of the rank and the reward structure. And there are some idiosyncrasies here, but I'm not going to go into detail tonight. I'm going to be doing some training directly geared towards training and all of the details. But the whole goal is those who rank will make the most. Period. And see, I'm from the school where if you put me at a table and I see steaks and I see fish and I see some salads and I see some desserts, I want all of that. I don't want to leave no food on the table. And that's the way I look at POTS. I want the passive. I want the active money. I want all of the POTS tokens I can get. I want to get all of the IBS tokens I could possibly get. So if that's my goal, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. And you guys can lock on with me. We can lock elbows and let's work as partners. We'll work as peers, not as if I'm your superior, because I'm not. We're all peers. We all have different goals. Okay? So when you talk about leaders, remember this: you are your leader. You are your leader. And so what you're going to do is map out your strategy and support your team. And when I say support, I don't mean giving them money and handing out, checks and stuff like that. I mean educating them and then you can get them on this webinar until you get educated. Then you could do your own webinars. Do your own webinar. So that's that. Okay. For now, until we get to training. Okay. I'm going to skip that. But guess what? Not only are we earning passively, not only are we earning more and more IBS tokens, right? Because we're ranking VIP1, VIP2, VIP3, VIP4. On the POTS market side, go, many of you haven't even looked. Go in your back office, click on portfolio. You say, oh, I've got POTS tokens. Where'd they come from? So every day, the system have a bucket or a bag of POTS tokens just sitting there. And then they're going to take a percentage and put it in a POTS pool. Shake that baby up. Split it in 10 pieces. Okay, who do those 10 pieces go to? All of the people in the project, you and I, even the ones that haven't brought a soul in who are not ranked, they're all going to be able to share in 10% of the VIP zeros, that means unranked, be able to share in this pool. And you know, if everybody's in there, everybody's in there. So you're going to get a little piece. Now, let's say you become a VIP one. You have $1,000 in sales in your team. You're a VIP one. You're going to be able to share in 10% of the VIP one pool. Let's say you're a VIP four. VIP four need $100,000 in sales. That's it. And let's say you're a VIP four. Then you're going to be able to share in that pool. So as you climb the ranks, there's less and less people in each of these pools, which means your share is going to get bigger and bigger. So let's say I'm a VIP 7 and I'm there by myself. I get that whole pot. I get the whole pot of pots. And then here come Alicia, our girlfriend. So she got to get 5% of the pot. I get 5. She get 50% of the pot. I get 50%. And then here comes Ransom. Ransom, hey, how you doing? So now we all split it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Other folks are going to start coming in there. By that time, I'm going to try to be VIP 9 and try to be the first person in there so I can take that whole pot. But dig this. If you're a VIP 4, for example, and you're going to be sharing in the VIP 4 POTS pool, you're going to also get a share in the VIP 3 POTS pool, also in the VIP 2 POTS pool, also in the global active users, non-ranked people, everyone, you're going to be able to get a piece of that. Imagine being a VIP 9, sharing in VIP 8 pool and the VIP 7 pool, all the way up to the VIP, oh my gosh, and all of the POTS that you're going to be loaded with every single day. And I tell you, POTS is going up. Right now, Bitcoin has stabilized about $80,000. Our POTS have been going up. It was 12% one day. It was 20% another day. It really depends on Bitcoin. Say, hey, you want to collect as many POTS as you can? How do you do that? Rank. And so when you talk about that, oh, this is what I tell everybody. Your strategy should include ranking. Your goal is to rank. Rank 1, come on, $1,000 in sales. That's it. Rank 2, $10,000 in sales. Rank 3, $50,000 in sales, and on and on and on. The more you work, the more you participate in our DIO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, which simply means community, the people who participate will always win. Period. Period. Okay? So that's that. I'm excited about that for sure. And with that said, I am going to stop this, because I didn't want to go for a real long time, and I think I did a wonderful job. Okay, I'm not going to answer any questions tonight. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down. I'm going to say bye, Felicia, and then I'm going to start having training sessions. They're going to be interactive where you can ask whatever you need to ask. And all of you are in groups. Go into those groups and ask questions. But please, before you ask questions, please make sure you looked at the compensation plan. Please make sure you know the bare minimum of how it works. Because, you can't be fed. We're all adults. So get the information, eat the information. You're going to miss a lot, but your questions will be then more valid. Okay, with that said, I am gone.
Hi, Queen.
Done.
Queen, can
Yes,
I just interact?
yes, you can.
Can I just come in here? Another great presentation, but just for clarity, you just said earlier on that on the 23rd, I think we start the staking, yeah?
Yes.
Is it right to assume again that once the staking starts, then the bonding finishes, it comes to an end, etc.? Can you just clarify that bonding
Very,
stops
very
and staking
quickly, very
starts?
quickly, I will. Maybe, maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe, maybe not. The system determines when to close down the bonds. All of
Okay.
the Olympus Dow projects I've ever seen, they work in parallel with one another. Okay. And then you'll come back the next day, try to buy some bonds, and it'll say, we're closed. Go buy some stakes. So the system determines how much it's willing to bear in terms of debt. Okay.
Thank you for that answer. Thank you so
You're
very
so
much. A
welcome.
wonderful presentation again. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much,
Great
guys. Bye
stuff.
bye.
Let's go.